Mike and I fished American Lake. We started fishing at 9 o'clock and we fished until 3 in the afternoon. When we started, the water temperature was 43.5 degrees. We tried a new tactic and we went to the west side of the lake, and we trolled for a little bit. We got interrupted by a race that wasn't posted, and so we had to pick up all our gear and move. And so we went back down to the northeast section of the lake and fished waters we were familiar with. It took us probably an hour and a half or two to actually locate the depth of the fish and what they were hitting, as well as the speed. And so initially we had a couple of different setups at a couple of different depths. Mike started at 1.5 colors on the hybrid lead core, running a trigger blade from Fish Hunt Shoot. I ran a Trout Trix worm setup with a mini willow leaf dodger 5 colors deep. And so one of the things we talked about changing tactics from the week before at Spencer is we both started relatively close to each other, shallow, and this time we started one shallow and one deep, figure we could work towards the middle. And then I had a rolled worm, naked rolled worm, 50 feet behind the boat with an ounce of lead. And we didn't get any hits on those setups or at those depths. And then Mike made the first change. He put a Pro Troll Fire Tiger lure on there, and he set the downrigger at 10 feet, and he pulled the fish in on that. And so that helped me dial it in. I put the lead core rod away. I went down to the downrigger rod and the downrigger, and I set my downrigger at 8 feet. Obviously, we run pretty far setbacks this time of the year. The fish are up high. That motor noise scares them. And so you don't want your lines at the same depth, especially if you're doing a lot of turns. You get tangled up. So we try to separate those lines by a couple of feet. And as soon as I switched to the Trout Trix, I caught 6 fish on that sit-up. No missed hits. Anything that hit that stuck that day. So that was a good tactic. And Mike moved from the Pro Troll to a trigger minnow, also from Fish Hunt Shoot. He picked up 2 fish on that and had an additional hit. And then we started seeing some surface activity, so we thought, well, let's throw a fly out and see what happens. And so we just ran a top line rod, no weight, with a zonker fly on there, and we had 2 hits and nothing hooked up. And so it was a pretty rough day to start with, but we were able to change that, and we ended up catching 8 fish, and we had another 3 additional hits that didn't hook up. So not a bad day considering how it started. So hope you enjoy the video and hope this helps you come up with some ideas to tackle trout when they're hard to locate and hard to fish. So Mike's hooked up. He's on the downrigger fishing 10 feet deep, and I believe he's got a Pro Troll Kokanee Killer on there.
Yeah, Fire Tiger color. And you're running a spinner there?
This is a Trout Trix worm and a mini willow leaf.
Okay. It's about that time of year for the Trix to start taking off real good. Although we've never had a ton of luck with them here in American Lake, but...
That was 8 feet down to the downrigger.
Yeah. Yep. That's a fresher looking fish too. I wonder what time they have to check the stocking report for American Lake here. That seems to be the color though, that bubblegum color of that worm they really like. I got some steelhead worms I'll run in here and try to. Pink Trout Trix does it again, huh?
It does. 8 feet on the downrigger. Might turn this day around.
It's got a good line, right?
Yep, I'm on this now.
You'll probably come in tail first since this whole setup reel and everything else is backwards.
Well, I thought we got Mike on Team Makuma, but I forgot I'm goofy reel and he is right-handed reel.
I'm full on Okuma there on that side, buddy. way it should be.
I'm more equipment than you are. This isn't
There's Pete's trout tricks worm. So 8 foot long.
can't be much.
But he's a fish. And that makes it 5. Backer right there. Big Trix. I just picked one up on a trigger minnow. Another little plastic bait from FHS. Similarly rigged, except I think Pete's using a straight hook and I'm using a slow death.
You have to go ahead and set that net right out there.
Okay, I'm going to set the net down. Hopefully it's watching you out of the corner of its eye. And I'll put this one in. Nice fish. The second one on the trigger minnow. Thought you were going to pull the two on that. I was thinking about it, then I thought, man, we'd have a tangle mess. Whoop. Catch and release.
Self-release.
Nice.